Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell right there on the bottom. Video, it's basically going to be a short story time. I'm going to tell you how my elder brother and I were chased by masquerades. Yes, masquerades. So it was '06 and we moved from Mufulira to Kitwe, right? That's in Zambia, obviously. And so there's this place called Chikwepe. It's called Chikwepe because it has a ferry. It had a ferry that would transport people and goods from one side of the river to the other side of the river, like across the river. Like it would go across, basically across the river. So it was '06, we were new in Kitwe, and we lived in this place called Riverside, right? So it was called Riverside because obviously it was near the river. So my brother and I always liked exploring, and so one day we decided to go out and explore. We went into the ghetto parts of Riverside, like the shanty compounds, and we were just there chilling, and we were just walking around, knowing very well that if my parents found out, we'd go through some serious disciplinary for like leaving the house without letting anybody know where we were going, and for going to places without adult supervision because obviously we were young. And so we went to Chikwepe. We crossed the river quite alright with the ferry. Life was good, you know, we're exploring, we're so happy, we're excited. And once we got to the other side of the river, we were walking. We see these houses, and we didn't expect to find certain houses looking the way they were looking because we thought it was kind of like village type of homes, but no, they were just like kind of vernacular architecture, but they were quite normal, just like the ones you would find like around the rural areas. But anyways, yeah, so we are walking. Next thing, we see these kids running like, oh, ifin meaning, oh, masquerades, right? And so now my brother and I are like, what? Then we asked one of these kids what's going on, and they say, oh, the masquerades are coming. We're like, masquerades? They're like, yeah, they'll ask you for money, and if you don't give them money, you get a beating. So my brother and I were like, we looked at each other, we were like, bruh, this is it. It was at that point that we knew. So we saw like some family stayed by their house, and so we like stood by them, and they were just pretty chill, just looking at us like, who are these kids, like, you know? And we were like, what do we do? And they were just looking at us like, first of all, they didn't know us. Second of all, what were we doing in that area? Because we didn't look like we belonged there, and so on and so forth. So now my elder brother and I are like, okay, we gotta go. We started running. We ran towards the river, and when we got to the river, we found that the ferry was halfway across going to the other side, and we couldn't wait any longer because those masquerades were coming, and there were people playing drums, and it was just some weird happenings over there. And so now those masquerades like were coming and getting money from people and so on and so forth. Then my elder brother and I were like, oh my god, we are doomed. Then we were panicking. There was so much panic, so much confusion, so much chaos. And then we saw this boat, like a canoe, and we were like, yo, we go. And at that time you would pay like 500 kwacha, and which that is like 15 gwei now, rebased. It was like a leaf, plastic money. It was like a leaf, and it was brownish, I think, if I'm not mistaken, kind of army green, and it was brownish looking. I think I'll put a picture in here somewhere. So yeah, we paid that, and the guy was like, he'll take us across. And oh my god, the canoe was shaking the whole time. Yo, it was it was shaking, and yo, I remember I was just panicking. In my head, I was like, oh my God, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. I was like, we're going to die. And if we die, oh my God, what will people tell my mother? How will my mother know where we are? And so on and so forth. It was just crazy. Like, I was panicking, my brother and I were panicking. And then now we were like quarter into like the river, right? Like going across. Then we saw now those masquerades reach the river, like they're the beginning of where you get on the canoes from and whatnot. And they were standing with some kid, and so we were like, my brother and I were like, we asked the guy in the canoe, like, how come the kid is standing there and they're not beating him? And then the guy was like, he probably gave them money and whatnot. We crossed. After that, we had never, when I say never, we had never crossed the Kafue River ever again. We were just pretty scared. If it was me, I was so scared, bruh. Like, I was so scared. We'd hear these stories about, no, they found a body in the river, like a person was fetching water, then they were eaten by a crocodile, because there are like crocodiles in the Kafue River. I don't know how people who live near the Kafue River cope with everything and whatnot. So I was just scared that one of the crocodiles was going to hit the canoe and it was just going to turn over and we were just going to die. That was the fear I had in me. But at the end of the day, look at the bright side. We learned our lesson. We never went across the river ever again. And mom and dad, if you're watching this story, hey, we're sorry we were naughty kids, but it is what it is. So yeah, guys, that's basically my story time. It was crazy. It was crazy. So guys, listen to your parents. Don't go to places you shouldn't go. Don't. Stay at home. Let me not say stay at home. Listen to your parents and remain good. Don't try crossing the Kafue River out of the blues. But now people are actually lucky because now there's a bridge to cross over to the other side. And now I hear there are plots on the other side, there are homes on the other side now. Things have changed. Like, it's 2019 compared to 2006. It was crazy. But yeah, that's my story time. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and thanks to the new subbies for subscribing, and to the old subbies, thanks for the support, and I'm out.